Question 4, how did the Women's March affect social activism? So the first source I'm going to talk about is 100 Days in, Women's March Still Inspires, but Can the Enthusiasm Hold? The thing about the Women's March was that it was controversial for people who didn't understand it or weren't a part of it. And I remember hearing about it, seeing people post pictures. I knew girls that went to the march in Washington. So I feel like it's an important thing to bring awareness to, and that's the meaning of social activism. So this first source talks about our focus was to make sure that we were intentional, intersectional, and making sure that people felt heard. The Women's March participants were most definitely heard. Two political scientists writing for the Washington Post estimated that it was likely the largest single-day demonstration in recorded U.S. history. But then came the question about what should come next. 100 days after these demonstrations mobilized tens of thousands of people, what effects can we see? There's still lots of energy, I feel like, in the Women's March and the movement for women's equality. There's a part that says, or a part in the second source that I'm going to talk about from the New Yorker, that the somehow controversial Women's March on Washington. There's a part in there where they said that every woman is a second-class citizen, period. One white woman replied, whatever your race, you're no better than voters with that statement. And so I feel like the next one says, pardon my language, but it says, fuck you is my immediate reaction, another white woman wrote. And these are just people talking about the reactions to the statement that every woman is a second-class citizen, period. And I definitely feel for that statement, the fact that not every woman has the same opportunities as the woman next to her, and how we're still not seen equal to men in regards of, pay or divorces or in the court of law, like we discussed in the other class. But I feel like the Women's March definitely inspired social activism. Small-town marches took place after it. Those photos were shared on social media. They were shared on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, just further promoting the Women's March. So I feel like when you have inspiring discourse about something such as the Women's March and it continues to gain momentum, I feel like the social activism is very current and active.